We're going live. Hello, 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 happy people. We are
Hello.
live. And thank you guys for the people who are tuning in right now, thank you for tuning in. This is another Global Grief Conference presenters interview. And today we got Ada. And she is also one of the members of the committee members, of the committee. So she's helping me behind the scenes do all of this beautiful stuff and everything like that. Ada, how we doing today?
Oh, we're doing good. It's a good day. It's Friday.
Yes, yes, I am excited for Friday. Well, I don't know why I'm so excited for Friday.
You
Saturday.
still work every day, so I don't know what you're
That's
talking
what I'm
about.
doing. I'm always working, man. It's like it never stops, right? It never stops. And I'm okay with that. I'm definitely. But talk about me. You the one that be working all the time. You be putting. I saw all the stuff you be in there doing and stuff. Trying to make fun of me. Uh, also, Ada is a second time presenter from the Global Grief Conference, and so she presented last year. So she's here today to like give you guys a little some information on her, what she presented on last year, and what she's going to be bringing to the conference this year. So Ada, so how did you
Ah,
get into this work?
um, I got into the work because I like working with people, and I saw that I got into the coaching certifications, and then at some point, I also got into the grief certification. Besides having my own personal loss, and I saw that there was a need to deal with grief in a better way and educate our family members and our friends. And there's a better way of handling it and not being scared of it and embracing it. It's not just losing family members. You could lose your health. You're up one day and you're sick, and you could lose your house. You could lose your job. You could lose a relationship. You could lose your pet.
Yeah.
You could lose your country. We're seeing that right now with Ukraine,
Hmm.
and that feeling of being of a loss like that is very devastating. And we also need to know how to deal with it, not just so emotionally, but also practically, like dealing with changes, moving, changing jobs. And I got into it because I felt like someone needed someone to help them, give them a hand, you
Right.
know, um, sort of like the idea of being a good neighbor and providing that shoulder to cry on or that hand to hold.
Yes.
And while you go through these difficult times, and knowing that you're not alone is the thing that really gets to me. Knowing that people need to know that they're not alone. They're not going through this alone. They're not the only ones, and there's also all sorts of support out there and tools and people that
Yes.
they can reach out to,
Yes.
even strangers. Just someone to listen to you and get your emotions out, because all that emotion does affect your body,
Yeah.
and we see that a lot now with the cases with the fibromyalgia and lupus. And if you've read the book, Your Body Keeps a Score,
Yeah.
it reflects on that, where when we hold back all the pain, it really affects our body and it comes out at some point or another.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to help people.
Man, that's awesome. And you was here at last year's conference as well, right? Like you was one
Yes.
of the original presenters and stuff. So we had a blast last year. Now, what did you present on last year?
I presented on confidence, on building your confidence up again after you go through a grieving process, any
Mhm.
type of loss, and what tools and what things you can do to help you build your confidence up again, because we kind of tend to lose our confidence after we go through a loss. We don't know which way to go, how to handle things, how to go back to what we call our normal life, which
Mhm.
is not any normal anymore because it's changed.
Yes.
um, Usually if a child loses a parent, they might take on other roles in the household, so it's not going to be the same.
That's very,
Not going
very
to be the
true.
same. So um,
Now,
just providing that confidence again in rebuilding themselves.
now you're a thanologist as well, right?
Yeah,
Now explain to
technologist. It's a certified grief coach, in other words.
okay, okay,
We've gone through, I believe it's 120 hours of training and certification, and and we also bring forward sort of like a thesis
hmm
and do a volunteer type of program. And once we present that, then the professor certifies us.
okay, okay.
I'm also a yoga instructor. I was
I
busy
was
this
gonna
morning.
ask that. I was gonna ask that because we get our yoga on, girl. You know,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I still don't twist and turn like a. I'm not a
You don't
yoga.
have to twist and turn. You know, the most important thing in yoga is breathing. And when you're
Yes,
gonna hear me saying, "Oh, that breathe, breathe,"
yes.
because sometimes when we're so stressed, and when I do sessions with clients that have lost, or even during life or grief coaching, one of my biggest presentations or things that I present to them is the breathing technique.
hmm
Because when we're crying or when we're upset, we tend to forget about breathing. And that's the most important thing that we need to bring in new energy through the oxygenation into the body, and it will relax us. So that's something that I bring to my clients: breathing, meditation, and some sort of relaxation in the form of visualization. So
Okay,
I try to bring down their level of stress, and then we can go into our coaching session for the breathing process.
okay, okay. I like that. So
I I
this.
also do face yoga, but these are other muscles that we have to work to.
You know, my face do a whole lot of yoga when I'm around you guys because y'all have me laughing. My cheeks hurt. I got a six pack again. I was like, whoa,
Oh no.
all the laughing that we do, man. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's been a whole lot of fun. And speaking of fun, this year's conference, what day are you presented on?
What day am I going to present?
Uh
Sunday. Sunday, so the 30th? Yes.
hmm
And I believe it's my time. What mountain time is 11?
Now time is
11.
11. Yeah.
11, and my time it would be 2 p.m.
Okay.
My time is Atlantic Standard Time.
Right, because you're in Puerto Rico, right?
I am in Puerto Rico. It's
Yeah.
hot. Sorry, people that are going through snow, but
Girl, I am jealous. I am jealous. It is cold, right? We just got some snow. The ground is covered in ice. I'm not quite sure how I'm supposed to feel about this right now, with it being so close to spring. I'm like, do something. Do what you're going to do or whatever, right?
it's
And the reason why I
crazy the
say,
weather.
huh?
The climate changes are crazy
This is
in the
very, very
States.
true. This is very true. We may have to talk about it in one of the panel discussions, how everything is affecting,
I agree. I
yeah, so
agree.
we may have to set that up one of these times. Go to get on the panel discussion and talk about these things because it's a whole lot. It brings a whole lot out. When people are very concerned with the state of our world nowadays.
Yeah,
Uh,
it is. And what we're gonna leave for our children or our friends and
mhm.
relatives
Yeah,
or the younger generation, what they're gonna be dealing with
right.
later on. I think global warming, yeah, warning, um,
This morning, y'all.
is warning us that we're kind of late.
This may be
So I'm
true.
hoping that we're not. But like they say in life, one person makes a difference. So let's see what happens.
That is true. That is true. Which that brings me right back to what are you going to be bringing to the table at this year's conference? Because last year was really nice. It was good. It was really good. Are you
Yeah,
doing
last
anything
year.
different?
I'm going along the line of loving and learning about ourselves
hmm
during the grieving process. Last year was confidence, but this year is more understanding ourselves and who we really are and what emotions we have not tapped into,
hmm
what emotions are overwhelming, and where can we find that balance in
Okay.
order to move forward in the grieving process.
Wow. I really like that. What brought that apart? I mean, we talk a lot too about grief, especially in the community.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't think a lot of people really understand that how important it is to understanding your emotions when you're going through grief. I know I didn't for the longest time. Not until I started being obedient to it. Listening to what it was asking of me.
Yeah.
Not really
Yeah.
asking me. It was saying, "Hey, you need to do this, or we're gonna have it. We're gonna have a nasty effect." Talking about
Yeah.
manifesting itself. Luckily I was, just like most of us that are presenting, man, we were some of the fortunate ones. We went through it, right, and then we
Yeah.
had to learn from it. Well, our grief was our teacher. I tell
Yes.
people now, I say,
Yes.
my grief is my best mentor.
Yes.
Right, I didn't have to go anywhere outside of the box, and all I had to do was just lean into it
Look
and
in.
listen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen to it and everything,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
surround myself with people, like-minded individuals that actually understood what was going on.
Exactly. That's what you need to look for.
Yeah.
That person or people or group or community that understands what you're going through.
Hmm.
And my own personal grief. I mean, I think in the last 20 years, it's been a lot.
Yeah.
I had an uncle that was here living with me. He passed away. Uh, I had to go deal with um, going to the nursing home and seeing him
Hmm.
laid out on the floor. He passed away. He was going through his own dementia and Alzheimer's. Since they're both that condition is sort of like a cousin to each other, so I wasn't sure if they had finally diagnosed it to Alzheimer's.
Wow.
But his ability to swallow was affected. So they did all they could at the nursing home to revive him. But just seeing him there, laying, without any life, that was hard. And dealing with all the preparations. And then after that, it was my son-in-law who was only 30 years old. My daughter calling me in the middle of the night and telling me she couldn't even speak. He was already in palliative care, so we already knew what to expect. And that period when he was in palliative care was what really, I think, motivated me
Hmm.
into going into grief, because although they had services in that palliative care, what struck me so beautifully was that there was somebody there providing music for him,
Nice.
and they even gave him his own blanket, beautiful blanket. I still have it. I think I gave it back to my daughter. And just her going through that and hearing her going through the emotions over the phone, and her telling me the process that she went through. I think we need a little bit more understanding about the process of terminal illness.
Yeah.
And then my own parents passed away, and I had to go through that process with them. I had to call the nurse to come and declare my father had passed away because I couldn't detect any heart palpitations. And my
Wow.
mother, I had to sign off on a do not resuscitate. And that alone was a big emotional hit,
Yeah.
because that's where guilt comes in, and you don't understand, like, you understand the process, but like, oh my God, I'm signing for them not to resuscitate my mother. But
Yeah.
then I had to think about the precautions behind that. She was very frail. And for them to continue resuscitating her was going to break a rib and cause her more harm.
Mm.
So that's why I signed the do not resuscitate, because I didn't want her to suffer anymore. She
Right.
had already been resuscitated 2 times before I finally signed it. And going through those losses, and then my boyfriend passed away in 2018. He had a massive heart attack, and dealing with the transfer from Puerto Rico to Virginia. was kind of hard, and just seeing the processes of everybody in the family going through differently. I was so amazed by his mother. She got up in church and just sang to her son, and that alone was like so amazing with the love that she, showed to her son. So grieving comes and goes in different ways, and just to understand all that is beautiful.
I like that.
Yeah.
I definitely like that. So, wow, thank you for sharing that. For the people who are tuning in, if we always wonder how we got into this field, it's because we have that lived experience. And, our time is our goal now is to give back to our community. So that's
Yes.
one of the biggest things about the conference that I
Yes.
always want to let people know. Like, we are here to help educate, give tools, and be a resource for you, if that's what you need. And, so what you're getting yourself into. Like, it's not like we just went to a school and, this is
Yeah.
we've actually had to go through some things. And so, with that being said, what can the audience look to get from your presentation? As far as education and tools, just a little bit.
As far as education, I think the first thing is to acknowledge that we need to forget about a lot of things that we were told when we were young, like
Yes.
boys do not cry.
Mm, yeah.
Uh, when aren't you over this grief already?
That's
Grief
a
is
good one.
forever.
Yeah.
Grief is forever. It's a roller coaster of emotions. One day I'm driving and then all of a sudden my tears are coming down because I'm thinking about something that my mother used to do for me. Or
Yeah.
a Michael Jackson song comes up and there's my boyfriend. He loved Michael Jackson.
See,
So,
mine's is a song too. Like when I'm driving or something like that, and the song comes on, it doesn't matter. I could go weeks and weeks without feeling anything. As soon as that one thing comes
yeah,
up, it's just like, oh man.
yeah,
Sometimes I just pull into a parking lot and I'll just cry,
yeah.
or I'll sit there, and try my best to understand those emotions
Yes,
as
give
well.
them a name is what I say. Give them a name. I'm sad. I'm mad. I'm upset. I'm confused. Give it a name, and that'll like spark something in you and say, "Oh, that's what that is." Okay, so what do I do with that now?
Mm,
So
okay.
those are things that we're going to be covering in the conference. Like in those when those emotions show up, give it a name. What do you do with it? And embrace yourself and love yourself. There's nothing wrong with what you're going through. It's something normal. It's not something that we were taught to accept as we were growing up, but it's part of life. I mean, we are born and we pass on.
Hmm.
That's the cycle of life. So we
You,
need to love ourselves. Yeah.
and see, somebody just came up and said, "Sounds like it's going to be a great presentation." Hey, we got some great presenters this year. We got some new presenters,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and
Yes. We have a
so
lot of new ones. Yes.
yeah, so I'm just trying to let the new presenters know that, hey, be patient. You know what I'm saying? Just focus on what you need to do, and try to make it really simple for them. Like, hey, we get it. It's your first one, but this time we
Yeah.
got some people here that can help guide you along. Tell them come have fun, educate people. Bring who you are, bring your A game. That's what I
Yeah.
tell the
and
presenters.
and and it's so interesting that you see so many different type of presenters,
Yes,
and this year we even have presenters that have to do with pets, right?
yes, yes. We
Yeah,
have a few of them.
we didn't have one last year, did we? Or I did. Did
No,
we
we
skip it?
didn't.
No, I don't remember having one, but yeah.
Well, we got a
So
few other things, few fun things that we added in as well. To
hmm
add to it, and we got the panel discussions that we're adding in.
yes.
We have the
You
late
you
night
could add
table
me
talk.
into one of those.
Hey, whenever you get ready, just sign up to them. We
Yeah.
got a next one tomorrow, which we're talking about something that you mentioned before: anticipatory grief,
Anticipatory grief, yeah.
inhibited grief, and ambiguous loss. So, guys, make sure you guys tune in for that tomorrow. It's going to be great. We got some great panel members up there, which they're also going to be presenters as well. So
That's right.
another great way to come and learn about us, and the things that we do. And you know, they're great resources. They're
They
great
are.
resources, and
Yeah.
we're making it easy for you guys to get in contact with them. That's the best thing about it. And so
And we also want to have panel discussions on that conference weekend. So
yes, yes, yes.
that's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
be
Going
very
back to that,
exciting.
yeah, we
Yeah.
got we got 3 panel discussions during the middays, and then we have late night table talk. So you guys want to come and tune in to some raw talk about grief, and the
Yeah.
many topics that we have coming around that. You guys, hey, tune in to us, man. It's
Yes.
going to be a blast. And remember,
And
this
it's
is free,
free.
and it's free. Right?
Free.
It's free, and that's the best part about it. All they have to do is just click a button and come and check us out. And
Yeah.
it's funny. It's a great thing because it's for the second time we have all of these grief workers from across the world in one area
Yeah.
for the sole purpose of serving and educating our communities, right? And so
Yes.
those communities that didn't know these resources was out there, they can now tune in and listen to us, right? Get your pen and paper ready. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go visit them on the website. Oh, website is coming soon. So we
Oh
will.
yeah, our website. Yeah.
Yeah, the website for it is going to be coming soon. You guys get to go in and go there, check out the presenters and everything, see what days that they're coming. There will be a schedule, so you guys, what I'm saying, to know who's on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and what's
Yeah.
coming up. Um, there was also one other thing. Where can people find you?
I'm in Facebook. I'm also in LinkedIn, and I am in Instagram. Not so much, but I have to start working on that a little bit more.
Yes, yeah, yeah. That's okay.
Ah,
Though. I'm all over it, man. I'm like, geez, I've never been a social media person, but I see the benefits of being able to reach more people to get the word out there, but also
yes.
connect with other grief workers as well. So, Ada is actually is another member of the Global Grief Network, and
Yeah.
it's a network of grief workers that have come together for the sole purpose of supporting each other, um, collaborations, being
Yes.
each other's,
Collaborations. Yes.
doing some great
When.
stuff, man. Doing some really, really great stuff. So if you are a grief
Yeah.
worker and you're looking for a place that you won't feel out of place, because as a grief worker, mental health, trauma recovery coaches, and things like that, we speak a different language than most people. And
Yes,
most
we
people,
do.
yeah, they look at us right like, I don't want to talk about trauma, and I'm like, oh man,
But it's part of life. Unfortunately, we do go through traumas, and the whole thing behind that is to how to get out of it, how to use it,
right.
how to embrace it, how to move forward with it, and try to have as your best life as you can.
This is very, very true. But see, now talking about trauma, like I don't mind talking about trauma or anything like that. Like it excites me
Mhm.
to talk about it and come up with solutions and things,
Solutions, right?
coming up with solutions. Now it depends on the person that you're talking to. Are they a
Yes.
victim,
Yep.
or are they, are they a survivor? Like when you think
Hmm.
about the trauma, the the survivors become mentors,
Yes.
right? And so that's what I mean. Like we speak a totally different
Right.
language, right? It excites us to talk about it and go, well, I seen this, we can do this, this, and this.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just constantly coming up with, yeah,
Collaboration of
collaborations,
experiences and tools and
exactly. And
support each
having
other.
a network like that is just pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
pretty freaking awesome. So you got a website up, right?
No, not yet.
Oh, we got to get you the website up, but that's okay. They're gonna
I'm
find you
working
all.
on it.
Hey, you know what? It's a lot of work, man.
you
It
know,
is.
I really reach out to people based on referrals and connections that way. So
Uh-huh.
my website has kind of like gone to the side for a bit.
Okay.
So, but it'll be there
Now, do
when
you
it's
do?
ready. When it's ready to be created.
Hey, you know what? All in its due time. All
Due
in its
time.
due
Yes.
time. And you also do yoga classes, correct?
Yes, I
Do
am.
you do virtual yoga classes?
No, I do right now. face to face. I just had a group on Monday. We were up in the mountains by a lake,
I
and
saw that.
I had like 18 people that were staff members from a friend of mine that runs a restaurant here in Puerto Rico.
Hmm.
So they had a good time. I came in, I did the yoga, and then my friend MJ, she did the Reiki.
Okay.
So it was like a health day for them. And they were really relaxed and they appreciated it and they looked so relaxed afterwards. It was a blessing to me to see
That's
that.
awesome. That's
Hmm.
awesome. Talk about that self care.
Yes,
Oh,
self care to
self
de-stress.
care.
De-stress.
Yes, I think a lot of people need to learn how to de-stress. Maybe the world would be a calmer place if we if we can just calm down, think about those things in those moments, and not
Yeah,
think too far ahead. That
yeah. Unfortunately, the state of the mental health is very high worldwide. I'm
right?
not just
Yes,
talking about Puerto Rico, but worldwide it's affected. So yoga and anything to relax you and de-stress you, breathing, visualizations, meditations, anything like that that can help you, try it. It
yes.
really does work.
I always tell people there is no right or wrong way to grieve. You're gonna have to
Mhm.
go at it.
Yeah,
And do it
everything is individual. Nothing is
as an individual,
set.
And so
Yeah,
I watch people, and sometimes they feel so alienated, feel so out of place. And I go, well, yeah, because you are out of place mentally,
yeah,
heart,
yeah,
in your spirit, because there's parts of you that knows what it needs to do, and then there's the flesh that says don't do it, and then there's the stinking thinking that comes behind it and goes, well, I can't fix it. It's
yeah.
not something to be fixed.
No, we're not
You
here to
know?
fix.
Yeah, you can't fix this, right? This is something that you have to
No.
feel. The best
Feel
way
it, go
to
through
get
it,
through grief,
allow it. Hmm.
allow it to do what it needs to do, and but
Hmm.
also lean into it, right? You
Yes,
know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a great teacher. It can take you back to memories that make you smile, right? Grief is a
yeah,
process. You have to heal, true
yes,
healing.
yes,
And that's the one thing I love about these conferences and everything, because that's exactly what the goal is to help people start on that process of true healing,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
So definitely looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. Now, if you had
Me
some
too.
words to tell the people out there today, what would you tell them going into the conference?
Going into the conference, have an open heart, open mind, and see what you can learn about yourself and what you can learn about the process itself.
Hmm.
Everything is individual.
Very, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to end this interview for today. But for you guys that are tuning in, make sure that you guys are getting registered for it. Sign up to the
Oh,
YouTube channel
yes.
if you want access to it. We have QR codes. We do have the registration link in LinkedIn and Facebook. Go ahead and get signed up for it and everything.
Yeah,
And
sign up.
the date. April 28th, we start at 6 a.m. in the morning. We're going each day.
Mountain time.
Mountain Time. Yes, Mountain Time. And we're going to make sure that people have that schedule out there as well. So they can compensate for the time differences and things like that. Since we do have presenters from across the world, we want to make
Yes.
sure that people do have that access, so they're not like trying to convert these things.
Yeah.
It could be a pain in the butt, man. It could be a pain in the butt. But yeah, you guys save the date, April 28th, April 29th,
29th.
May 30th. We're going 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. every night. We got presenters every day from across the world, and it's free to attend.
Okay.
Website's coming soon, so you guys be able to go there and check out that information. Find Ada on Facebook and on her social media. Show her some support and everything. And
Thank
until
you.
that time, we love you. Happy people. You keep your head up,
Thank
and
you.
um, we got another one coming for you next Monday. So
Monday. Yeah.
yeah, we got that coming. Then we got the panel discussion coming Saturday. So
Yeah. Tomorrow.
yeah, coming tomorrow. What I'm saying, so stay tuned for all of those things. We got some great things coming.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
allowing us to support you always.
Bless you.